eerie sight, for my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly...
Hey, what's going on? Dr. Gonzo Boogie here again, back for another DVD and VHS update. And over the weekend I went to FYE and picked up some really cool horror DVDs and some other stuff too. I actually got some really good deals on all this stuff. I was looking through their bargain bins and their bargain shelves, and basically everything I bought this weekend was $5 or less. So I bought like 8 DVDs, and I didn't even really pay too much over $30 for all of it. So it was a really good deal, and I was happy with the stuff I bought. So and I tried to pick up some cool stuff for the Halloween time. So you know, and I also went to a thrift store and got a really cool VHS tape, so I'll show that at the end too. So I'm just gonna get going here and show you guys the DVDs I picked up. First off, here is this Boris Karloff DVD, which I got for just like $3 or $4, called Destination Nightmare. And this is actually 4 episodes from the show Boris Karloff hosted in the 50s called The Veil, which I used to have a budget pack of that I bought at Kmart when I was a lot younger, but I don't have that anymore. So I was actually wanting to get some of the episodes of The Veil on DVD again. So when I saw this, I thought it was a good idea to pick up. I really like the cover on it too. I thought that's basically what sold me, was the color and everything. The colors on the font and the side of this I thought looked cool too. I always like that. I'm a sucker for that bloody, you know, drip font like that. I just think it looks really cool. So yeah, interested in checking these out because some of the episodes of The Veil were pretty good. I remember there was one I think that was based on like an Edgar Allan Poe story or something like that. I can't really remember, but I just remember liking it when I used to have it. So you know, I figured why not check it out again. But this is only 4 episodes from the series, which I think it didn't have a lot of episodes in the first place. It was you know, I think only 1 season's worth. But pretty cool. This is actually from Rhino Entertainment, which I think might be a thing that is connected with Warner Brothers, which explains the case it's in probably. But pretty cool. And then next up I picked up this Elite DVD of a 80s slasher movie called Strange Behavior. And I've never seen this. The tagline is Good Kids Turn Killers, so I'm guessing it has something to do with kids, and I was reading the back and that has something to do with a high school, so sounds interesting. The guy on the back with a mask is what sold me. Looks really cool, doing whatever he's doing there. Really cool. But this is from Elite Entertainment, and they always put out really nice DVDs of these horror movies with good special features, good transfers, and all of that. So you know, I figured I'd check this out. It was only a couple dollars used at FYE, so I thought it was a good deal. It's got the insert and everything too. Alright, next up was this 2-pack that I took a chance with because I've never seen either of these. But it's a Rutger Hauer 2-pack, and he is he stars as the villain in Blade Runner, and he does a great job. He really steals that film in my opinion, and you know, he's like you know, I would consider him one of the best villains, but he's not really like a villain because I have a lot of compassion for his character. So it's like, it's a really well written character in Blade Runner, the character that Rutger Hauer plays. So I've always wanted to check out some more of his films because he seems like he's a really good actor. Like I've seen him in Dario Argento's Dracula movie, but that's about it. I haven't really seen too many movies with him in it. So I figured I would pick up this 2-pack. One of them is a science fiction movie called Omega Doom, which sounds pretty cool. It's like a post-apocalyptic world where Earth is ruled by machines and Rutger Hauer has to save the day. So that sounds fun. That's actually a 90s film. I think it's from 96. And then the other one, Blind Fury, is from 89. And Rutger Hauer plays some sort of blind ninja that lost his sight during war or something like that. During the Vietnam War, he lost his sight. So that sounds interesting. Blind ninja, played by Rutger Hauer. Figured couldn't go wrong with that. And I really like the artwork on this 2-pack. I've actually seen the movie Omega Doom on DVD separate, and I was thinking of checking it out, but when I saw this 2-pack with this nifty cover art like this, you know, I was sold. I was like, why not? I'll check it out. It was only like $4 for this 2-pack, brand new. So I mean, this sounds like some cheesy straight-to-video fun. Like these are movies that I would more or less expect to be finding on VHS than DVD, so I'm really looking forward to checking these out. And it actually came with a nice insert too, with some information about each movie and the chapter selection. So just overall a pretty nice DVD for a budget price, you know. Alright, and then I picked up History of Violence by David Cronenberg, and I've seen this movie before, but it was probably like 4 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago since the last time I saw this. And this is a really good one. I remember, you know, it's not one of my favorite David Cronenberg movies because it's not as weird as his late 70s and 80s movies, but I still think it's a pretty good story, and, you know, it's well acted and well directed, so I would definitely recommend this. And it's a pretty good, like, thriller drama type movie about this guy who you slowly learn about his past, because he seems like a nice family guy in the small town, and like soon his past starts to catch up with him, and you know, basically that's where the name comes from too, A History of Violence. Just a really interesting, cool movie. If you've never seen this, I would recommend it. I would definitely recommend this to Cronenberg fans or just fans of like movies like this in general, kind of like thriller movies or whatever you would call this. But it's a good one. David Cronenberg always makes great movies. And then last for the DVDs, I actually picked up 4 of these Elvira movie macabre sets, which I've always wanted to see these. This is the show that Elvira made in the was doing in the 80s. And it's really fun. I actually started to watch some of these, and at the beginning of every episode, she has like an intro where she walks out of the fog, very reminiscent to Vampiro, which is the same way she used to walk out of like a doorway with fog in her show from the 50s or whatever when Vampiro's doing her. So this is just really cool. And these are like cheesy movies. The quality on these isn't even that good, but basically I bought this for Elvira. I would say probably every 15-20 minutes, around the time a commercial would have popped up when it was actually played on TV, she comes back on screen and, like, you know, tells some jokes and other stuff about the movie, and it's just, they're really a lot of fun to watch, and they get me in the Halloween spirit checking these out. But this one comes with Gamera, Super Monster, and They Came from Beyond Space. And you know, never seen either of those movies. I've always wanted to see some of the Gamera movies because I like the Godzilla movies, and I've never really seen any. But never seen They Came from Beyond Space. And then this one right here, The Doomsday Machine and The Werewolf of Washington. And again, haven't seen either of these, but looking forward to just seeing what Elvira does in between and at the beginning of each episode. And then this one, I actually watched Monstroid, which is the second feature on this. I watched that one, and it was actually, the movie was horrible. Like, it's like a late 70s movie. It was like a giant lake monster that goes around this like little town. I was like barely paying attention when I was watching it, and it was a horrible movie. Really stupid, very low budget. The quality was shit, but you know, Elvira saved it with her little jokes in between, just made it worth watching. And then this one with Legacy of Blood and The Devil's Wedding Night. I actually watched the Legacy of Blood one on this, and it was pretty good. I would say it was, you know, it wasn't a good movie at all, but I actually, you know, I started to get into the story a little bit, even though it's hard to follow. But it's kind of like your basic, whatever you would call it, like you're in a old house horror movie, like an old dark house type horror movie, where you're in this house with, you know, it's a whole family, and something's going on like that. There's some mystery going on in the house, and you know, I thought it was okay. You know, it had something to do with like the people like get like inheritance money from either the grandfather or father dies. So just one of those very cliche stories that you see in a lot of horror movies. But again, Elvira saved it, and you know, the other movie on this, Devil's Wedding Night, looks really interesting. So I'm, you know, looking forward to checking that one out too. So these were just fun to buy for Elvira. And there's 2 more like sets that you can get in these packs like this, the 2-disc packs. So I'm really looking forward to checking these out. But these were extremely budget at FYE. They were all brand new for $3 each. So FYE was basically trying to get rid of these. So I thought it was definitely worth picking them up for $3 each. I would have bought more if they had the rest. So really cool. And again, the quality of the movies on these isn't that good. So if you're looking to just buy one of these packs to see the movie in general, because you can watch the movie on these packs without the Elvira scenes. Like you can choose to either watch the Elvira one or the one without her in it. But I don't know why you would buy Elvira DVDs to not see her. But I was gonna say, if you're looking for one of these movies on DVD and you stumble across these set, I wouldn't recommend watching it because the quality on these so far, I've seen 2 or 3 of the movies on these packs, and the quality on them has been like really bad, like VHS, cruddy quality. But you can still hear and see what's going on. And the scenes with Elvira, of course, are shot in a studio, so those look a lot better. So these are really cool Elvira show from the 80s. Just a lot of fun to watch. I've been watching these before I go to bed since I bought these, and I can't think of anything else that reminds me of Halloween, like TV around Halloween time, other than Elvira. So it's really been getting me in the Halloween spirit watching these. Alright, and last but not least for this update, I picked up a really cool VHS at a thrift store for $1. And this is an Amicus production, The House That Dripped Blood. And this is an anthology film. I think it has 4 different skits in it. I've actually never seen this, or 4 different stories, whatever. I've never seen this movie, but I could not pass on this VHS. It looked really cool, and I've been wanting to see this movie, so that's why I love picking up VHS for $1. Cause sometimes I actually find stuff that I'm looking forward to watch. But this has Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing in it, who are both Hammer classics in it. Hammer, classic Hammer actors, and it also has Ingrid Pitt, who is this actress on the back, and she was in some of Hammer's later vampire movies, like some of the lesbian vampire movies they put out. So this is a lot of classic Hammer actors in it, so definitely looking forward to checking this one out. It just all around looks like a really cool, fun movie, and this VHS packaging is just great. And this is kind of a hard movie to find on DVD and VHS. The VHS I saw was going for a decent amount of money too, like around $10, used on this tape. And same thing with the DVD. I couldn't find there's an Anchor Bay of this on DVD, which I can't find anywhere. So I'm guessing that's probably expensive. And then it was later re-released, I think, by Lionsgate. But even that DVD is kind of expensive. But really nice cover artwork there, and just a all-around really cool tape. Definitely looking forward to checking this one out. The House That Dripped Blood, and this movie was actually written by the guy who wrote The Exorcist. So he actually wrote a lot of the Amicus horror movies at one time. Like he did the Killer Bees one and a couple of the other anthologies and other Amicus productions that were coming out around this time. So I found that was pretty interesting. So definitely think this is one of the coolest things I found during the weekend. And it was the only cool tape I found at this thrift store. And they had dozens of tapes that, like, too many to even really look through good, but out of everything I somehow was able to find this sitting in the middle of everything. So really cool. But those were the updates and the pickups for this week. And again, if you guys liked the video, definitely leave a comment or give it a thumbs up. And thanks for watching.